All right. There we go. There is the bell. How are we doing today? Hope everyone's having a great one. The SPY actually gapped up and is looking pretty fantastic so far this morning. I was pretty surprised to see a little gap up. Well, not overly surprised really, but I thought there was a little bit of positivity coming off of the China deals last week. I saw Amazon did a $38 billion deal with OpenAI for NVIDIA chips. I thought that was an interesting one today. Definitely a pretty big headline nonetheless. Kimberly-Clark. Cisco unveiled server rack for running AI in stores. That sounds nice. A lot of people are talking about the layoffs that have been going on recently. They're starting to uptick a little bit. What's up, guys? Happy November? Hell yeah. I guess it is the first trading day of November, isn't it? Technically, Friday was the last day of October, so coming in strong here on the 3rd. Little shift here. Looking at the SPY, still, I really like the double bottom in the short term. This is a pretty good double bottom, closer to that 680 point down there. There's a big range at 678.50 where it has the gap to fill from last Monday. So far, though, it's done pretty well this morning and held up off of that. HIMS, Michael Knight asked. He said, what's the plays? HIMZ, he said, though. I don't think you mean that one, right? HIMS is kind of bouncing off support. It's not a bad play here off $44 to $45. That's a pretty big support range. For HIMS, I could see it coming up in a pretty good way. Earnings, though? Oh, do they report tonight? Oh, yeah, they do. Of course they do. There they are. It's a pretty big deal. A lot of reports. I like the earnings whispers post. You can see it all on the right side here. McDonald's will be reporting Wednesday pre-market. That's one of my favorites of the week. What the hell is Sport Radar? A sport technology company. What? I've never heard of this one. Okay. SRAD. Sometimes you find some stuff that just piques your interest. The daily's been pretty nice for Sport Radar. Especially off of those lows here around $8. Getting to 32 recently. What's up, Brain? NVIDIA is doing well. NVDA. Yep, jumping up pretty nice. Going to the 5-minute chart. Pretty good price action here from open. Getting closer to 210. Pretty big resistance, probably. If we go ahead and look at the book map here, I would bet 210 is a pretty big sell wall. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's quite a bit there, actually. 472,000 shares stacked up at 210. Demure says they think they missed the play on Amazon. That was a great pop this morning. Looks like it's still trying to run. I don't know that you totally missed it. There'll probably be a couple opportunities today. Tansy Man says, holy sell-off. Fell from $20 in pre-market down to $18.80 there. Definitely not a good drop for them. It doesn't look that crazy on the daily chart, but it's almost just a pretty volatile stock. Although, earnings coming up tomorrow. Now, how's that one gonna go? Oh yeah, this one. Do they even have it on here? Oh yeah, there they go. I was like, they better. With how popular it's been. Holly. I still think that one's very interesting. Six Flags reports on Friday. Fun. FUN. Coconut didn't notice that Chipotle dropped about 50% this year. Probably related to big tech playoffs or big tech layoffs. Yeah, I'm not sure if big tech would necessarily impact Chipotle. That could be the case. Maybe that was a big dip, big gap down recently, that's for sure. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of strapped for income, so they don't want to be buying Chipotle. I know that's a big deal. That's kind of why Nike's down. You know, you look at Nike the past few years, it's a similar story. You look at Lulu. Lululemon's another similar story there. A lot of downside action off of their amazing rise. I mean, Lulu was a great stock heading into 2020. Heading into COVID, it was awesome. One of the better stocks out there. But as we know, things shift. Things change, and unfortunately, Lulu's on the negative end of that side of the stick. Nvidia has been pretty consistent, though, as we know. Big AI stock. Still today, nice jump. From open anyways, nice jump. They're up 2.65%. They did have that recent dip back down. I guess from open, you know, they're pretty much break even, but especially from Friday, they're killing it. Big recovery. Actually broke past the highs from Friday, making a new all-time high. Is it a new all-time high? Nope, not quite. The all-time high was set on Wednesday before JP spoke. That was a fun one. Yeah, up around 212. Goose says Peloton, LOL. You laughing at Peloton? What's up with them? They're not moving very much, 0.14%. Let's see the daily. Yeah, sitting around $7 a share. I know a lot of people Like to laugh at Peloton with the way that they've dropped. I've always wished that they would just get bought out or that there'd be a big deal with them or something like that, but it never comes. DraftKings reports earnings this week too. DKNG actually recently just touched a big support range. Actually has a couple green candles off of that range, 29.90 to 30. That is looking solid right there. Tangy Man's loving the tunes. There we go. That's awesome. I don't even know what it is, but I like it. Any news on Navitas, please, for earnings, Tom? Thank you. NVTS. Oh, wow. Big pullback here for Navitas recently. They're trying to hold this bottom range that it's been bouncing off of close to 1250. Let's check the news. Outlaw's asking. Nothing too crazy here. Wow, is there a short float of like 29% on this one? Let me go check this on FinViz. Wow. Yeah, the short float's like 26% here. This is pretty rough. I'd be pretty worried about this one dropping if I was honest. Pretty wild that there'd be a short float of 26%, but you know, sometimes it just happens that way. Could be some big negative implications there. There could always be that short squeeze potential, but I think a lot of people think this is overextended. It's going to be tough to know if those deals or not are going to like help their outlooks enough, right? I mean, if they report like if they beat on EPS and revenue, I'm sure that that'll be fine, but their outlook is probably the really big deal there. Oxy's not looking very good. Let's see. OXY. Yeah, falling down a little bit. Looking at the daily, last week it actually broke below that big support range. Although it did test 40 even. If we start to fall below 40 even here this week, things will get rough. Chevron pulling back. Joe Papa, good morning, good morning. Hope we're having a good one out there. Palantir up over 2%. Pretty nice jump. How low will SPY go today, Canal says. Of course, the SPY is always a fun one, right? Pretty big sell-off from open here. I think it would fill the gap down to 682, at least. I would definitely watch for the gap to fill down to 682. We'll probably get a slight holder bounce at 682. I'm not saying it's going to hold there all day, but I think we'll get a slight hold or something of that nature. Gonna be a crazy week out there. Going to be a crazy week. We're going to get ISM data coming out. You can see here ISM manufacturing PMI. Here in about 15 minutes. Oh, wait. No, I lied. Wait, hang on. I forgot there's a time change. I got to shift that. There we go. Yep. In about 15 minutes, we'll be getting ISM manufacturing PMI. A lot different with the time change now, isn't it? Energy fuels breaking out. The quad U's. UU. I'm not going to say it's breaking out, Mr. Charles, but it is starting to recover. Now Tessie's breaking out. I like to see Tessie through 460. That was a beautiful run there at open. Let's go, up 2.3%. Boom, Tesla looks great. Yeah, Tesla is on fire here since open. Hey, Mason, we're not going to talk about that. Nothing about the Dodgers. That was terrible. I can't believe that. They were like 15 times I thought that they were going to lose. And somehow they made it work. I don't know how they did it, but I don't know. That's insane. Those fools in LA destroyed downtown again, Tangi said. I saw that they had to bring the cops out because they were going nuts. Some guy was dressed up as Freddie Freeman watching it at the club? No way, that's funny. That's hilarious. Xavier says, can you look at NMRA? Whoa, I've never heard of this one. It's been popping off pretty good recently, but Had that big gap down, which looks terrible on the chart. NMRA popping back up. 3.25 high. At least the recent high. Came like on Friday almost. Let's see if we can get back there. This is a weird stock. Now Intel, that's what I want to hear, Joe Papa. Intel recovering. Let's see the daily. Okay. I think Disney has earnings this week too. Let's see Disney. No, November 13th next week, but still they'll be reporting soon. Watch Disney. They have a big gap on their chart. Hopefully they don't fill the gap. If they do, it's average in time. Check off topic. Let's see. Ha. Oh. Oh, that's funny. For some reason, I can't pull it up on the screen. Here it is. This is how Mason was watching Game 7 here. Little play-by-play on ESPN. That's funny. Man, I would have been logged into Spectrum. I would have been like, oh, hell yeah. That Spectrum app is pretty clutch, I gotta say. You can watch anything, anywhere on that thing. The VIX is going stupid, Jake said. SPY was falling down, so it makes sense. Watch for SPY to fill the gap to 682. 682. Watch the gap. Joe Papa said, I think I'm a momentum killer when I mention a stock. No. No. Because of Intel. It really did turn over there, but I don't think that's your fault, man. That is some wild chop this morning, I gotta say. Wow. Mason said Meta's trying to make a comeback, is it? Wow. Yeah, it is kind of pointing that way. Bouncing around 652, getting some positive price action here. Not bad, Meta. Not bad one bit. I used to love this song. QS is down 7%. Any thoughts on QBTS? QuantumScape. Wow. What the hell? Do they have any news or they just sell off out of nowhere? Nothing. QBTS. Ooh. That drop today with QBTS is kind of rough. I would be worried about more selling pressure today. Yeah, I'd be worried about more selling pressure off of that. What's up, J-Bass? Happy Monday. GLD. Ooh, GLD had been recovering. Yeah, still even today, looking pretty good. It's been coming up off of those lows from last week. Man, it dropped down Tuesday, Wednesday it fell, but it's been coming back and consolidating pretty good here around the higher ends of the range. Are Apple and AMD the ones bringing down the SPY? You know, GLD looks pretty solid today. Keep watching that one. We might see some better jumps. Wow, Apple's definitely a big player there. I don't think AMD alone is, really. What are the weightings here? Let me see. AMD isn't that high up on the weightings. Let's see. AMD is the 21st most weighted stock in the S&P. Ranked 21. Even Johnson & Johnson is ranked higher than AMD. Now, 21st is really good, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying. And also, it has a weighting of 0.67%, so not even 1%. I would say Apple's weighing on it pretty hard, though, being down 1%. Weird, though. I would say a lot of these seem pretty solid today. There can be a lot more, though, in play than just these stocks. Like, let's say you got a lot of banks down, too. Yeah, JP Morgan, like, straight down today. AMD so overvalued, Goose says. Let's see AMD. It could be overvalued. I'm not saying you're wrong there. That's probably the case. Amazon's been really jumping up recently. Wow, that is pretty insane. I didn't realize how much Amazon had really gapped up the past 2 days. I knew that it had been a nice pop, but don't get me wrong, but that is a huge jump there on the daily with those two gap ups. J-Bass says, you got any good synthwave? That'll probably be tomorrow. That will probably be tomorrow. I thought that what I was playing now was going to be more synthwave, but haha, Michael. I don't even know who that is, but it sounds funny. The Matrix 2. Xavier said, in what scenario would MCD gap down from earnings? If MCD was going to gap down from earnings, I would think that there would be a lot of talk on the earnings about consumers not spending a lot. I've seen some people say to me even, they're like, Tom, well, Chipotle just had a terrible earnings and, you know, dropped off the face of the earth. Well, I'm wondering if McDonald's will be more resilient than Chipotle. Again, Chipotle is Chipotle. You know, they're a totally different type of food, fast food, than McDonald's. You know, I'm not saying McDonald's is cheap, but you can go there and spend $3 and walk away, you know, and be okay. And, you know, at Chipotle, I mean, what's the minimum? Like $12, $15, something like that. It's not as good, but at McDonald's. But again, I also think that monopoly has played a big role and potentially helped draw in a lot of customers. So I don't know. We'll see how the McDonald's report goes. I would think if it was going to be bad, though, that we would be hearing something about consumers not wanting to spend. What are the levels for Tesla? I got some TSLL calls I'm up on. Let's see. Tesla's on fire. I love it. They just hit the recent high. Yeah. Right around 472 to, wow, all the way up to 480 actually is where that wick extended to. That would be wild if they could test that, but anywhere between where they are now and 480 is a big area of resistance. But it looks like it might try to get through there. Honestly, it looks really, really good.
She's simply awesome.
It's on fire right now.
She touched by me in painted on jeans. And all head turned 'cause she was the cream. In the blink of an eye, I knew her number and her name. Yeah. She said I was the tiger she wanted to tame.
Just touched 682. SPY did. Dropped down to the bottom of the range. Yep, it did. Touch 682. We're actually seeing a little bounce there. A little one anyways. Nothing too crazy yet, but it filled the gap. All right, SPY. Watch for a potential shift here. It could start to be a base form around this range.
Electric eyes that you can't ignore. And passion burns you like never before. I was in search of a picture, just running my game, yeah. Love was the furthest from my mind, yeah. Caribbean queen, keep her sharing the same dream. Don't want to stop our hearts that beat and one. Ooh, no more love on the run. I love you, I need you. Caribbean queen, keep her sharing the same dream. Don't want to stop our hearts.
Xavier says the least risky way to play earnings is a dollar cost average or swing trade after the earnings move. Looking to protect my capital, but also seize the opportunity. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's... If you are looking to play, I would rather play the move after. That way you're seeing a better direction. There could always be the weird scenario, though, where, you know, let's just use, like, Apple as an example last week. Let's go to an hourly chart. Note how Apple, like, on their earnings, you know, they shot up, but then they died. Like, let's just say that that's something like that you started trading or buying into. You'd probably be pissed with the way it pulled back. Now, like you said, dollar cost average. I mean, yeah, you can go for that route and try to DCA in if it does drop. Personally, I don't like that. What if it really has a big directional shift? You know, then you're really shooting yourself in the foot, especially getting probably a bit over leveraged at that point on it. Unless that's just how you baked it into your strategy. And you know, I don't know. Everyone has a different account and whatever, but I would assume that you're getting over leveraged at that point. It's really one of the big things is just saying, okay, look, earnings is earnings, right? You know, if you really like the stock, you probably should have been in way before the earnings, right? I wouldn't get emotional and then just be like, oh, I'm buying in right here because it's earnings and I'm scared. I don't want to miss the move or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't think that way. Yeah, no problem. No problem. NVTS reports earnings after the market closes. Let's see. Should be on here. Yep. It does say an after hours today. There it is right there with hims and hers. Palantir tonight too. Palantir is a very popular stock lately. If you haven't heard of Palantir, you've been living under a rock, that's for sure. Who out there hasn't heard of Palantir? I'm sure everyone has. If you say me, I know that you're pulling my leg, that's for sure. Jake said Kramer. Palantir has heard of you. Uh-oh. The room said, what's a Palantir? Sorry guys. Looking at a couple files here. Still want to buy Costco. You know, that's a good one on the dip here, Demir. I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of DCAing into Costco here at this point. I actually really like that. I think Costco can keep going perfectly fine. The music is so festive. I'm glad you like it. It's actually saying that we're gonna probably get in trouble here, so. Man, Tesla's on fire. All right, guys, quick intermission. I'm gonna go grab a quick drink. Check on the daughter really fast. Pull up the Mag 7 setup here. SPY seems like it's starting to bounce around that 682 point. Let's see it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Costco with the earnings. Hey, if they drop on the earnings, though, Demir, my gosh, it's going to be looking really good, won't it? One moment. All right. What is going on? See ya, Demure. He said, oof, SPY still falling down. Man, SPY did end up breaking through 682 in a pretty good way. Wow. Big pullback there by the SPY. See you later, Varoom. The bigs had their time to run months ago. Uh-oh. They're circling around the deals. I'm not saying you're wrong, BW. I just can't say that. Mag 7 still have to make connections too. Look at that Mag 7 action today. Nvidia is actually up 2.89%. They've been moving pretty good. They did pull back at open, but kind of just consolidated there, and they're starting to point a bit higher now. See if they can really get some real recovery and action back into it. Nike can't even catch a falling knife, Jake said. Oh, another 2.76% drop. On the daily, they're actually about to fill the gap. If they drop down to like 62.30, 62.40, they're going to be filling that gap. Oracle, what are your thoughts? Let's see. ORCL. Oracle is getting interesting the way that it's dropped off. They had that big gap up back there on their earnings, but now they're pulling back to fill that gap. I think that they'll end up pulling back to, actually fill it, especially with how much they're dropping recently. 244 would be a big range here. Keep watching Oracle to the downside. I personally think you'll see it drop more. Especially to fill that gap. Next level for the SPY. Let's see. Big pullback there with SPY. Gonna be filling the gap down here. SPY actually already filled the gap. They bounced off a big support around 681.40, 681.50. Interesting range here. Very interesting. Watch that double bottom, 680 area. I would think that the SPY starts to move higher here, starts to bounce a bit more back to the upside. Could always be wrong, but it seems like this support's pretty solid. What about SMR? Jake said, Adobe was expected to go higher, it's just not doing it. Who expected it? Let's see Adobe though. A lot of weird action with Adobe. Man, I love Adobe's support. It seems like they keep trying to bounce off support and hold it. But as of today, with that red candle, it looks scary. Almost like they're going to try to maybe break through that support. That would be brutal if that happens. Wow. Yeah, it's AI related, I guess. I know that AI has been hurting Adobe because a lot of other companies now have image generation and things like that that make a lot of Adobe stuff irrelevant. Even if Adobe has their own AI, it's, you know, it's gotten popular with other ones, so. Buy Meta, weirdest stock ever, never holds up trends. META. Yeah, they'll probably sell down a little bit more from where they are. That's an interesting one, too, with that big gap down last week on earnings. Wow. Yeah, selling down intraday. I could see them going more, too. Very interesting here. Let's see 650 come back into play. Did you see the Canva alternative to Adobe Photoshop? I have not seen a canal, not at least the Canva alternative, but I've used Canva online a lot. So, I don't know if that's what you mean, just like their standard stuff online, or like if they have like a real Photoshop program, kind of like that. But either way, I'm pretty happy with it. I think Canva's fantastic. I actually even pay for it. That's how much I like it. Palantir 203 bounce, trying to get some action there. We might see it break down. Watch for a bigger move. Yeah, that would have been nasty, Demir. It would have been hard to call it, though, ahead of earnings. It would have been pretty risky. Okay, they call it affinity. Okay. Oh, wow, it's pretty new. Like within like a couple weeks new. Wow. Wow, I'll be looking into that a lot. That's neat. That is neat. It says it's free for everyone. They said it's completely free forever. What? Wow. That is pretty neat. It's called Canva Affinity. It's like a new Photoshop. BMNR, so much pain. Tom Lee better get to work. Oh, Bitmine? Yeah. You know, I gotta say, the share price has actually held up pretty well on BMNR. A lot better than it could have, that's for sure. How's that Mag 7 price action looking here? Meta still selling down, straight down today, through 650 even now. Sheesh. Wow, it really fell. SPY down to almost 680 coming up. It's almost back to 680. This feels like one of those days where I come back from the store and everything's red except for Walmart. Did you go to Walmart? Is that where you went? That'd be kind of funny if so. Pretty good bounce there by Walmart. Holding its ground around $100 to $100.50 or so. Went from nice green to ugly red, Jake said. Ahmed said everything that I own is red today. Everything? Wow. I guess it could be one of those days, you know, we are seeing some weird action, but there are some pretty popular stocks that are green. Things are ugly in the Tangy land today. Happens, right? Walmart needs to announce they're going to AI or something with NVIDIA. I think they already did. I think they actually did something like that a little while ago. Or no, they did something with OpenAI. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, they announced an OpenAI partnership. It was funny. On October 14th, check it out. It's on their website. Here, I'll show it just so you don't think I'm nuts. Yeah, you can purchase stuff from Walmart directly through ChatGPT. I kept telling everybody, like, what's like the real, like, reason why you would do that? Like, I guess it would make sense, like maybe you send it a recipe and you say order everything for it or something, but like that seems like a big waste. Like what if you have like half of it at your house already? I don't know. Seems crazy to me. Order fulfillment. McDonald's needs to deal with OpenAI selling Happy Meals to all LLMs. What? Large language model? What? I didn't even know what you meant by that. If I could order it through OpenAI with McDonald's, I would probably do it, but only McDonald's. That's the only exception. Mag 7 heat map. I can show the Mag 7 setup here, not the whole heat map, but I can't show the book map on every one of those. But I'll do this. I think it'll be pretty good. We need Jim Cramer to say it's time to sell Chipotle. I know. That would actually be awesome. That would be a lot of people's big wish on Chipotle. CTAs want their cheap share. Been tanking RUT for weeks. You know what I'm curious of? Whenever we think of a lot of the yields lately, it's still interesting. You know, we're starting to see some of them uptick a little bit in the short term. But as we go forward, I wonder if we're still going to be getting these rate cuts that come in. You know, everyone's still looking at the possibility of rate cuts coming in December. Let's see what the pricing looks like right now. As of today, okay, they're looking at a 70.3% chance of a cut in December as of now. Around 30% chance of a pause, so looks pretty solid. Goose is tempted to buy Chipotle. I don't blame you. Just make sure you're doing it at a smart time. I would be willing to average in at this point. With how much it's dropped, it could easily do more. Ah, I wish, Alexander, I wish. I really wish. Chipotle is at a really good level. If we look at a big support coming up, I mean 25, it's at 32 right now. Gosh, that's a falling knife though. Hard to catch a falling knife. It'll be a long-term play if you get into it, I believe. Just keep that in mind. You'll probably need to be very patient with it. Don't buy CMG, sell cash, secure puts out of the money, get yourself shares at a price you want. Yay, good idea, BW. Definitely. I like it. Coconut says $15 burritos are too expensive. I would agree.
Stop the rain in the night. In my heart deep inside.
I agree there. Spy seems to be recovering, Canal said. I like Tesla's recovery too. Oh yeah, there we go, Spy. It'll bounce at 680. That was a big support. Yeah, watch for more of a shift here. Thoughts on Mind Medicine? Never heard of it. MNMD. Oh, they had a reverse split. Couple of them. Oh, that's tough. Be wary of any stock that has reverse splits, but you never know. They could end up coming back. Alrighty, guys, we got to end the stream there today. Got a crazy start to the week here on Monday. Spy with the big up move in pre-market, big drop from open. Starting to hold that 680 point. I don't really see it breaking through this range today. It's always possible, but I don't think that we'll end up getting through there. Keep watching this range closely. 678.50 to 680. It's $1.50 range. It's going to be the biggest range and the biggest area that I keep my eyes on for the next few trading days. Watch for it to potentially break down. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. All right, let's have a great one. Talk to you later.